All right, guys, we got a new video. This is called People Who Watch Anime in Sub, because sub are the elite way of enjoying anime. And if you watch an English dub, what does that mean? It means that your brain is so inferior you cannot comprehend reading and listening at the same time. Nah, dub enjoyers, there's nothing wrong with that. Let's get it.
With a total of minus 49.
You watching dub? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. See that mouse pad? I see that mouse pad.
Gross! Nasty! Why? Because I like it. Dub is trash, bro!
I don't think all dub is trash. I just think that the Japanese version voice acting is gonna be always like, maybe always isn't the right word, but like 9 out of 10, it's probably gonna be better. The only instances, I always come back to this talking point, the only instances where English dub is superior is, let's say if you've watched something and it's nostalgic, like Dragon Ball. You grew up watching Dragon Ball, listening to Goku, rather than, you know, a Japanese grandma screeching, right? When you first start watching like Dragon Ball Super or whatever. And shows that are based not in Japanese high school settings, but more of like Western themes, like Bakano, Durarara. It's not really Western, that's in Japan, right? I'm trying to guess like basically other shit where it's not, oh my god, Oni-chan, like fucking Full Metal Alchemist? Vinland Saga? Does that make sense? I think English dub kind of makes sense because the whole environment and the immersion, it kind of makes sense. Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, you know, all of those animes. I think it makes more sense when you watch it in English dub.
Trash! Ugh, gross! Do you even love yourself, nigga? Do you want to pray about it? Do you want to take a bath? Throw the whole thing away, bro. How was it trash? What? It just is, bro. That's why I only watch sub. Never watch.
It's a bad look for sub enjoyers though. If your argument is that it just is better, that's wrong. Why is it better? Because I believe that the standard of Japanese voice acting, the floor, I'm not talking about the ceiling potential, but the base competency floor of Japanese voice acting will always be higher than English voice acting. Yup, I believe that. You know why? Because Japan has a culture and elite environment of training up voice acting, and even if I don't understand their language, the feeling and the emotions conveyed through the voice acting is so much more on average compared to English dub, where quite often English dub voice actors sounds like they're just reading off a fucking chart with no engagement. Doesn't mean all English voice actors are like that, but on average, I think that's what's happening.
Watch dub. Nigga. How do you know if the dub is trash if you've never watched it? I don't know if the dub is trash or not. But for someone who watches sub only, it is my priority to slander dub whenever I get the chance to. Why? Because I'm a sub watcher. Okay. It's what we do. And that's
stupid though. Now you're basically, you know, rage baiting on Twitter saying, you know, ReZero sucks or Mushoku Tensei sucks because you don't like the show. That's it. This is NPC behavior.
It's filth. What makes a dub trash? Everything, bro. The voice acting, the dialogue, the animation. The animation?
How does the fuck does animation have to play with voice acting?
The voice acting, the dialogue, the animation.
Yeah, the animation and the soundtrack too. Soundtrack better in the Japanese.
Animation, it's literally the exact same thing.
That
is exactly something a nigga who watches dub would say.
Ooh, got him.
I swear, it is literally a trend in the anime community to slander dub. Like, why?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is, right? It's like the popular talking point. Therefore, NPCs will bandwagon without actually thinking about their own experiences and will just slander the other side because you're bigger than them. That's loser behavior.
Are sub-watchers so concerned in what language someone else is watching anime in?
That's a very good question. Why would you care? Why would you care that someone else is watching it in English dub? And I think this is like something so primitive, so like primal in our DNA, where human beings, we want to share similar experiences. You have a hobby, you have something you enjoy, you find someone else that enjoys it, you want to see how relatable that experience is. The moment someone does something different than how you would do it, then that like breaks your mind. It's like, how the fuck are you watching it that? And then there's the other aspect of like, oh, because I think Japanese voice acting is superior, you are now getting an inferior experience of watching an anime because you're watching the English dub. But at the end of the day, it all has to do with like the person watching. If the person actually finds English dub better than listening to Japanese, then like, hey, I'm not gonna gatekeep that. You keep watching.
Like, mind your fucking business. It's like iPhone versus Android. People love to clown Android for having bad picture quality when they've never owned an Android. They literally dislike Android because...
Yeah, it's tribalism. It's team sports. If you're not with us, you're against us. It's also funny because Android cameras, I think, are just superior to iPhone. Like, iPhone basically adopts all of these Android, specs and different features that's been out for years. But because of how well polished Apple is and their ability to market and sell their products to an audience that are zealots, that are so used to the ecosystem of Apple, the Apple glazers will be like, oh my god, brand new thing, without even realizing that existed in the industry for many years.
Because the internet told them to. But Android is garbage. Sir, literally all of our videos are shot on an Android.
Ooh.
Watch sub. No! Okay? I'm going to fucking watch dub!
Alright.
Because it is my preference. Dub and sub can fucking coexist.
Okay.
No, it can't. Bitch.
With a total
My final take again. I think Japanese voice acting, the base competency is going to be higher than English voice acting due to the culture that, is so just like built around raising talent. For example, like in Korea, bro, you understand the kind of culture that breeds esport players? That's why North America can't compete. The amount of like cultural significance video games has creates this environment where people are so competitive and wants to do better in that thing. Same thing with Japanese voice acting. But at the end of the day, English voice acting has a place. Like shows like Arcane, for example, that is a more Western setting. It's originally also English dub. I would watch Arcane in English dub and think it's superior than a Japanese dub. I bet the Japanese dub would be pretty decent. But I just feel like it has to do with like the intent, the environment. Is it like meant for a Japanese culture, Japanese audience, like high school rom-com slice of life, where girls are being all uwu cute and saying Oni-chan and stuff like that? Or is it an anime, like you're fucking in Vinland Saga, like Vikings doing shit? What makes sense there? I'm sure Vinland Saga Japanese dub is great, but I bet the English dub may make even more sense. And at the end of the day, just want more people to watch anime, so like gatekeeping is cringe. And here's the most fucked up part. If you've seen my performance review videos talking about the difference in money that I get compared to my main channel with Japanese, dubs, Japanese voice acting, compared to my second channel, Beyblade, with English dub, for an anime reaction channel, it's actually smarter to only watch an English dub. Why? Because the money you make on YouTube is dependent on the demographic of the advertisements are being sent to. The more American audience you have, because the currency is stronger compared to other regions, English dub attracts an audience where the demographics currency is stronger, therefore you get paid way more. Isn't that fucked up? So maybe English dub truly is superior. Anyways, here's a link to the video. Please go check out Mr. LongBeachGriffy's channel. Here it is. I'll see you next time.